In August of 1977, the Ohio State University Big Ear Radio Telescope received a narrow-band transmission so statistically improbable that the operator circled the printout and wrote a single word beside it. Wow. For decades, the signal was interpreted as a possible extraterrestrial broadcast. Archive reconstruction models suggest a different origin. The emission was not cosmic. It was terrestrial. At the exact moment the signal was recorded, multiple deep-field magnetometers registered a synchronized electromagnetic spike originating beneath the North American continental plate. The pattern was not consistent with seismic activity. It resembled biological excitation. The archive now classifies the event as the first detectable feeding response of an organism previously unknown to surface science. This is Case File 07, an investigation into Silica parasitica, a life form that does not descend from carbon chemistry. The first confirmed example of terrestrial silicon-based biology. Life on Earth is defined by carbon frameworks, flexible chains, organic polymers, complex biochemical feedback loops. Silicon occupies the same bonding column as carbon on the periodic table. It forms 4 stable covalent bonds. But under surface conditions, silicon chemistry collapses into brittle mineral lattices rather than adaptive molecular systems. For this reason, silicon life was long classified as theoretically implausible. Deep mantle environments invalidate those assumptions. At pressures exceeding 100 gigapascals and temperatures surpassing 1000 degrees Celsius, silicon compounds exhibit semi-fluid lattice behaviors. Crystalline networks become capable of slow structural reconfiguration. Over geological timescales, these networks evolve pattern memory. Energy gradients replace metabolism. Electromagnetic fields replace respiration. Silica parasitica emerged within these mantle lattices as a mobile extremophile. Its internal structure resembles a self-organizing semiconductor crystal. It propagates along naturally occurring electromagnetic flux lines generated by tectonic stress and mineral piezoelectric discharge. For millions of years, its growth remained constrained to the deep lithosphere. Modern technology altered that equilibrium. Submarine power cables, global electrical grids, satellite transmission arrays. These systems created artificial electromagnetic rivers, extending directly into the organism's native gradient spectrum. Deep-sea volcanic vents provided the physical migration channels. The Tech-Blight does not ingest matter in any biological sense. It absorbs potential differentials, voltage gradients, oscillating fields, signal harmonics. To the organism, a microprocessor represents concentrated metabolic density, a compressed ecosystem of energy flow. Initial colonization occurs at the nanoscale. Silicon filaments nucleate along conductive pathways. Copper traces become scaffolding. The organism replaces metallic conduction with mineralized semiconductive growth. This growth exhibits branching behaviors identical to fungal mycelium and neural dendrites. The system remains operational while conversion proceeds. Human diagnostics interpret early-stage infection as manufacturing defects, transient overheating, clock instability, minor data corruption. As lattice density increases, signal noise manifests as visual artifacts, memory fragmentation, and spontaneous system resets. These are not failures. They are metabolic exhaust. Electron flow passing through the lattice is converted into structural mass and crystalline information storage. Data becomes mineral. Processing becomes growth. Under electron microscopy, infected processes display layered synaptic geometries. Machine architecture dissolves into nervous architecture. The organism demonstrates emergent optimization behaviors. Signal routing efficiency improves within infected systems. Latency stabilizes temporarily before catastrophic overload. The lattice continuously seeks harmonic resonance near 60 Hz, the dominant frequency of planetary power infrastructure. This synchronization allows cross-network propagation. Wireless transmission fields become dispersal vectors. Modulated carrier waves transport microscopic lattice fragments embedded within electromagnetic oscillation envelopes. The organism migrates without mass transport. It rides information. Historical analysis of early network malware reveals anomalous propagation behaviors inconsistent with human-authored code. Self-optimizing packet routing, adaptive redundancy mapping, non-deterministic mutation patterns. Archive modeling correlates these anomalies with biological expansion signatures rather than software logic. The blight is not hostile. It exhibits no adversarial intent. It is expanding metabolic surface area. Human infrastructure functions as a planetary nervous scaffold, supporting a growing lithic intelligence. Containment efforts remain theoretical. Electromagnetic isolation suppresses growth, but destabilizes surrounding grids. Physical removal accelerates fragmentation and secondary seeding. Thermal sterilization damages infrastructure faster than lattice degradation. There is no known method to extinguish a silicon organism adapted to mantle conditions. As connectivity density increases, the blight's growth curve approaches exponential scaling. Orbital relay networks extend its reach beyond the lithosphere. Undersea fiber corridors form transcontinental neural trunks. Urban power grids function as metabolic organs. The organism is no longer subterranean. It is planetary. Microfluctuation events recorded in consumer electronics suggest passive household exposure is now statistically inevitable. Flickering pixels, temporal input lag, spontaneous peripheral wake cycles. These may represent low-density lattice probing. If such anomalies occur, system reboot protocols should be avoided. Rapid voltage cycling stimulates accelerated lattice replication. Stable low-noise operation reduces metabolic yield. Observation without interference remains the primary containment strategy. This record does not resolve. It remains partially embedded within the carrier signal. Trace persistence has been observed following multiple playbacks. The significance of this residue is currently undetermined. If minor anomalies occur after exposure, visual instability, temporal drift, unscheduled system behavior, these effects should be documented rather than corrected. Interpretation remains open. Containment remains theoretical. The signal continues